like to sneak in some pools. So that's there's not a lot to do in Santa Fe. So
because you guys
energy.
are both like really, really smart. You guys both got the Davis, right?
Yeah.
Which congrats.
Thank
Cheers
you.
to that.
Cheers. Okay.
All right.
Cheers to that.
But one of the questions I had was like, how did you deal with like moving to somewhere that you weren't like where your family, where, you know, nothing is known to you? Moving to Colorado to Denver from Santa Fe is like.
I did. I went back to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Spent it with my, family and my dogs, and it was just a nice little break. You know how fast quarters go.
Yeah.
So intense.
And then even faster how break goes.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just nice being home, and the flight is like super fast. Got there like early morning on a Friday, and
because how long is that flight? It's like 30 minutes.
It's like an hour, like 45 minutes around there. Yeah, and then I hung out with like friends, and then I like to sneak in some pools. So that's there's not a lot to do in Santa Fe. So
pool hopping, huh?
Pool hopping.
Jeez. So you go to like the nice communities, the nice neighborhoods, and you just jump the fence?
Very nice, the downtown area.
Oh, okay.
And it's so easy to sneak in. But
well, yeah, you just jump the fence. Do they usually have like security guards or like someone watching?
I think they understand that just there's nothing to do in Santa Fe, that people are like, who cares?
Because in my neighborhood, we have a pool, but they have like where my parents live, they have a pool, but for many years, like when we first moved there, it was like nobody would watch it. So what my brother would do, he was in high school when we first moved to that house. He would like basically throw like barbecues or parties in the pool.
Oh, wow.
And he would like pack it up with a bunch of his high school friends and this and that. And then I think either like HOA caught on or someone caught on that in the summer they were doing that, because they would stay there all night till like 11, 12 at night. And after they started putting security guard. And now, and my family will know that if they're watching this, we call her La Bruja. It's this lady that she always comes back, and she's always angry, like smoking cigarettes, like just angry. I don't know if her life or something, but she's angry every time we go, and she's like, because they ask you for the house number and then an address, and then you have to be like 18 and up to get into the pool.
She's patrolling.
Yeah, she's like hella patrolling. And when I was like probably like 14, 15, I was trying to go. And she's like, where's your parent? Where's your legal guardian? I was like, it's a pool. Like, my parents live here. You want me to bring them down here just to sign me in?
Yeah.
And yeah, she would make us do a... So it's good that,
Yeah, no, they're so chill about it. And I feel like just a lot of people don't know that you can do that. But it's fun. Something to do.
And that's what you do all day, just fucking drive around, find pools?
Cruising around. You know how that goes? Cruising around, listening to music, vibing. Yeah, not much. Going to the favorite like restaurants, favorite spots and stuff like that. So
I heard from someone that, is there a lot of like off-roading to do out there in Santa Fe?
Off-roading? Yeah, I think there is, but I don't know too many spots. But I do remember in high school, a lot of people were like, let's go do this, let's go do that, like over there. But
what about like bonfires and parties?
Bonfires, oh my gosh, yeah. I remember hella bonfires like in high school, and just like there was just a lot to do. Yeah. Little parties.
How would they set it up? Like, would they just like go in the middle of somewhere and be like, "Hey, I got wood," and then they coordinate with a bunch of people? Because I've never been to a bonfire. I've heard of them, but I've never been to one.
They'd basically, I think they'd get those like pallets like at Home Depot.
Yeah.
I think they'd just have like sets or just have a lot of them, and then what they do is like go in the middle of like nowhere.
Yeah.
And then just start a fire there, and that's how it would like.
Because it's in the middle of the desert,
middle of the desert, like who knows where. And then I do remember like they dropped that like address like at 11 or something. Pull up here, kind of thing. Yeah. So, but it was fun. I remember going to not a whole lot. I think my high school also had a little bonfire outside our school.
Oh, okay.
Just like
for seniors and juniors.
Yeah,
and
seniors
stuff?
And juniors, like a little event.
Damn.
But it was fun, something to do.
So, what would you compare? Like, have you done any like because I've always seen the beach bonfires look really cool.
Oh yeah, I know.
Have you ever done one of those or no?
No,
because there's no beach in Santa Fe. It's just straight up desert, huh?
Yeah, it's desert. People, you should.
But what about the stargazing? Because
stargazing.
We went to Flagstaff for spring break. All spring break this past one, and it was like 12 of us. And we went to some spot where there was like no lights or nothing. You can see like a bunch of stars and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it would be cool if we just set up a bonfire out here. But
that'd be really cool. Yeah, stargazing in Santa Fe is something different. Even the sunsets, oh my gosh, I think about them all the time. It's just not a whole lot of light pollution because we don't have tall buildings. So
because there's a law, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like you can't build over like 4 stories or something.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah, there is that like little rule. So it's just nice because you walk out and like here you have these like tall buildings and it just like blocks your view. But like in Santa Fe, it's just like a priority to see the stars and the nature, which is really nice.
So you've always lived in Santa Fe, huh?
Always, yeah.
Grew up there?
Born there, yeah.
And your parents?
They're from Chihuahua, Mexico.
Both of them? Is that where they met and then they came over? Or
yeah.
Hell yeah. Like middle school or high school sweethearts?
Like, I would say like college.
College?
Yeah.
So they went to school in Chihuahua?
Mm-hmm.
What did they study? Did you know?
My dad did engineering. And
hell yeah.
Yeah. So cool. Not an engineer. I'm not an engineer, but so cool. And then my mom, it's a word in Spanish. I always forget. It'll come back to me. But yeah, they met in school, which was really cute.
Okay. Mm-hmm. In Chihuahua, right?
Yeah. What about you? Where's your family from?
My dad's from Mexico City. And my mom's from Juárez. So she's puro cholilla, barrio, tiene barrio, mi mamá. And my grandpa and my grandma, I think my grandma was from Zacatecas. My grandpa is from Juárez, and that's where they met in Juárez.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
But you and your brother, right? You're twins. I didn't know that. I thought you guys were just like a year apart or anything like that. Twins, like identical or what's? Because there's 2 types of twins.
There's
right?
2 types of twins. We can't be identical because male and female. But yeah.
I didn't know the other one because I only know the identical twins. What's the other one? Fraternal. Okay.
No. Oh my gosh.
You probably gotten that question a lot, huh?
I do.
At times it gets annoying, huh?
No, you're good. Yeah. Twin. He's a homie. Love him.
And is it just you 2?
No, I have a younger brother too.
Younger brother?
Yeah. Also love him. Miss him.
How many years apart? How many years apart are you guys?
4.
4?
Yeah.
That's not
no,
too much.
not bad at all. Yeah.
So you guys, you probably missed him in high school, right? As you were coming out, he was coming in?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's one thing. Me and my brother were 7 years apart.
Oh, okay.
We never got to go to school together. Like, we got to go to the same middle school because it's like, it was K through 12.
Oh, I see.
Or K through 8. I mean, K through 8. So we would be on the same, like, building.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be together. And that's the thing I see, like, with people when they're, especially you with twins, you're in the same class. Like,
yeah, no.
Imagine that. Like, you have a homie for life.
Homie for life.
Like, there's no.
That's my best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's been good. And yeah, with my little brother, we were able to. I also went to like a middle school, high school kind of thing. So when we were in, like, I want to say 9th grade, he started 7th grade. So I would say 3 years apart kind of thing. So like 9th grade and then 10th grade, he was a 8th grader. So yeah, it's kind of special because we'll all be graduating at the same time. Like him from high school and you guys from college. Yeah.
Damn, so they're going to have to fly from... You're going to have to fly back to Santa Fe and then they're going to have to fly over here to come see you.
But the good thing is the flight isn't too bad. The drive is
worse.
Beautiful. It's not... Yeah, well, it's longer.
It's
you know how
like,
that goes.
What, 12 hours? 14 hours?
No. It's like 7 hours.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Yeah. Have you been?
Santa Fe? No. I obviously just driving through.
Yeah.
I think, but... The only places like I've stopped in was Arizona, like because usually we drive through like to get to Juárez.
Oh yeah.
You go south, right? So you gotta hit some of them through I-25.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was never like stay and spend the day.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But no, the desert, like especially because we went to the Grand Canyon. It's definitely a different type of beauty. Yeah. It's not like Colorado where it's like pine trees and like big old mountains, but there's some peace in it, you know,
totally.
Waking up, because we would wake up, or at least I would wake up. No, I would go to bed pretty like late. I would go to bed as the sun was coming down, or sun was coming up. My bad. So it was like 5, 6 in the morning, and I would go outside and I'd be like, "Damn, this is tight," and nobody was awake. Nothing was.
Oh, nice.
And it was just like some mountains around us.
Yeah,
so
I do like the piece of that.
Mm-hmm.
And Santa Fe too. It's surprising to a lot of people that we're like, we have mountains and altitude are pretty high. So I grew up also with like seeing beautiful mountains. And I just think Santa Fe is just so peaceful.
Because it's like what, 14,000 feet of elevation, something like that.
So I don't remember. I don't remember too well, but yeah, it's I think a little higher in elevation than Colorado. Yeah. Than Denver, I mean. But it's nice.
Because I was surprised when Arizona's higher than Colorado.
Oh, really?
Well, in Denver, yeah.
Dang.
I was like,
didn't
whoa.
know that.
Yeah. But so who's the one that bosses each other around out of you and what's your brother's name?
Gabe.
And who's the one that's like, hey, ponte pilas? Like,
ponte pilas? I think we both bounce
both
back
out
from,
of
like,
each other.
Each other's like,
because you guys
energy.
Are both like really, really smart. You guys both got the Davis, right?
Yeah.
Which congrats. Cheers to that.
Cheers, okay.
Cheers to full rides.
Cheers to that.
To not having to worry about student debt.
I know. Hey.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That's a big feat. Something you don't have to worry about for your future generations or even here in the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So blessed. So happy.
Because the Davis, how does that one work? Is it same thing you choose out of the schools that they give you?
Yeah, they do. But I was a part of like a college prep program before doing Davis, applying for Davis. And to be able to apply to Davis, you have to be a part of like partner programs. So I was in this program. I don't know if you've heard of like Breakthrough. This one was Breakthrough Santa Fe specifically, but Breakthrough is like college, higher ed, like what do you call it?
Like college prep?
College prep. That's the word. Yeah, college prep. So I did that ever since I applied when I was a 6th grader to 7th grade.
Damn.
So college prep since 7th grade.
Wait, so like you weren't even thinking about anything else? You were like your parents were like college, always putting that stuff on you.
Yeah.
Damn,
like,
I remember 6th, 7th grade. I was like playing Guitar Hero at 6 a.m. on a Saturday because my parents wouldn't let me play on during the weekday.
Yeah,
like that. Look at the contract. Like
no.
Hey, man.
But yeah, it was just always like something we were always like taught, and of course like seeing it through school. And the program is pretty special because it's over the summer.
Oh, okay.
It's over the summer for like 2 months, and then.
So you stay somewhere else?
No, you stay. It's in Santa Fe.
Oh,
it's like in a school. So it's like you go to school every day kind of thing.
Damn.
But they make it so engaging and so much fun. And like the cool thing about it is like your teachers are college students. So it's like they get college students to be the teachers for this like 2 weeks.
Do you remember?
2 months, I mean.
Do you remember any of the students? Like any of the counselors are like, bro, this is like crazy, don't do it or anything like that? No.
I had such positive, like, that's why I was like, I want to go to college. I want to do this.
Okay.
Since 7th grade, and like the teachers I had, I remember one went to Brown.
So they're more like
Stanford.
mentors, not really teachers,
exactly.
right? They're more
really teachers. So Brown, Stanford, Yale, like some really cool schools that they're interested in higher education and like teaching students about all of this. But it was so amazing. Like,
damn. And both of you and your brother went?
Both, and my little brother also.
And y'all wrapped them into it.
And there's a lot of students here at the University of Denver with our same scholars, Davis, New Mexico, that we're all since like
that's true because
6th grade.
I've noticed a lot of people, especially here at DU, that they're from New Mexico. I'm like, why are these people coming from New Mexico? Like, what? But it's because that once I heard about that scholarship, I was like, oh, there must be some type of like pathway or partnership.
Yeah, it's a pathway, definitely. And it was like the people I know from here, I've known since like 7th grade. Like we were either they were teachers or like I knew them in some type of form. So it was just
so now that's starting to make sense.
Yeah.
Now that's starting to make sense because one of the questions and we'll still go, but one of the questions I had was like, how did you deal with like moving to somewhere that you weren't like where your family nothing is known to you, right? Moving to Colorado to Denver from Santa Fe is like, for me, it's like saying I'm gonna move my entire life and unplug from like my safety net, my family.
Agreed.
And plug it somewhere else where I don't know anything. But now it's like you had this whole network as soon as you got here.
Yeah, that was really nice.
To help you like, hey, you know what?
I'm not alone.
Yeah, there's a community here. There's there's people that I know.
Exactly.
Which would have been, and that was I don't know if it was a fear that I had, or now that I'm realizing it, why I didn't even consider moving somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, at 18?
Yeah, no, that's scary, huh?
Like, just think about it. Like, 18, you just uprooted all your stuff and you said, all right, I'm out.
Agreed. No, it's crazy. Like I said, Santa Fe, and you've probably heard of all of us New Mexicans, but it's tiny, it's small, like as in like, you're driving around and you're like, oh, yeah, like you know, like so much people, like everywhere you go. So that sense of community was very special until I came here for my first year, and I was like, oh my God, I was looking around and I was like, I know no one. Although there were like Davis scholars and stuff like that, there are people that you do know, but you know, as a first year, you're just like, who do I know? What's my community? Who can I talk to, kind of thing. Yeah. So I think, building those connections through access transitions, through those communities offered by DU, I think that really like helps you build those connections and that feeling of home. You know what I mean?
Like through classes,
anything like meeting your professors and all of that stuff is like really like crucial to like how it's gonna go through the rest of your years. Because now I think about it, I'm a third year. And like now I'm walking around and I'm like, hey, kind of thing, you know what I mean? So that's kind of special too, that you like, at first it was really hard, but now you have a sense of community and you have the people, you know, like a professor.
And you have like kind of like, I don't know, I call it like living different lives, right? I have my family life. You have your life in Santa Fe. And you go into different spaces and it's like, people know you for different things. And it's like, that's tight. Like that's so cool, I could put on a different mask almost. Yeah. Like right now, you're seeing my podcast mask, right? But like you see, I see you, on the other side of where I'm like divest you or like other stuff. Yeah, it's like crazy. Like you don't realize how many different places you put yourself. That's a different community.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So interesting how that works, but super super special, and now I've realized that like, I feel like DU is now smaller than I thought when I was a first year. That I'm like, this place is huge. I don't know anyone. Yeah. Kind of thing.
And it's comparatively, I don't know if you've gone to any other state schools. They're huge, like compared to DU. This is tiny. Agreed. This is tiny. Yeah. But any plans to stay here in Denver after graduation?
I think so. I think
because I feel like you would do. Are you doing any masters or graduate or anything like that?
I'm briefly thinking of grad school, but I'm not like 100% sure.
What's attracting you and what's pulling you away from it? What are the?
I don't know.
Let's unpack it. Let's unpack
it. Oh my God. That's a lot. But I think like my thinking is like I don't think I'm ready to work. I think that's just No, I think you learn every day kind of thing, but like I love going to classes. I love like learning, so I don't want to.
You don't just want to stop there.
So that's kind of my thing, but also I need to think about like, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Where do I want to keep learning?
And because if you learn with no direction, then no te va a servir de nada.
Exactly. So still, and then having conversations with my parents and like trying to figure something out like that. Yeah.
What exactly are you studying? Like what kind of field are you wanting to go? Because obviously what you study and the field that you want to go in can be completely different. Just look at this. I'm comm major. Right. I'm doing like all this media stuff, right? Yeah. And that's potentially the field that I want to get into. But I'm just
enjoying.
I call it a silly little comm major. Sorry to all the comm majors out there, but it's true. Like it's not like heavily specialized. It's a very good.
You can branch out and
But like what's the field that you kind of want into, and what are you studying?
Okay. Yeah, I'm studying international studies.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, with a minor in environmental sustainability, and I just picked up a recent minor GIS.
You guys are just picking them up. Just get this stuff done.
No, I have so much time next year. I'm like, why not? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because you're all majored out. Like you have all your requirements for your major.
Exactly. And I already finished I'm taking my last sustainability class right now.
Okay.
So that's kind of all pushed out of the way.
You're just
Maybe I'll
checking
get
the
another
boxes.
one,
Yeah.
checking the boxes, see what I can do. But
And usually what, you do 16 credits?
yeah, about.
Yeah, and that's what I find. That's the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Because I haven't done 12, but I feel like I would get too lazy.
Yeah.
But I've done 18, and that's way too crazy.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. Like, don't.
Yeah. I remember my first year, I thought I had to do it all. Like, because
Yeah.
you're kind of figuring things out, and you're like, how many classes do I take? How much is enough? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like my first year, I took like 5 classes each quarter.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So 18 credit? No.
18, no.
20.
No.
Damn.
No. Because I think I picked up those like half ones, you know, those
Oh,
half
okay.
credit classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you come in undeclared?
No, I came in international studies.
Just you from the rip?
Yeah.
And what drew you to that?
What did I what?
What drew you to international studies?
I don't know.
Because
people have asked me.
Were you in, like were you in student government in high school? Were you anything like that? Like what type of
drew me?
Yeah. What type of extracurriculars were you in high school?
In high school, I did do Model UN, United Nations.
Yeah.
I did do that.
So then.
And then what else? My school was small. It didn't offer.
How many students?
Well, my graduating class was like 40 students.
God dang.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is tiny. Like you knew
tiny.
You knew all the tea. You knew all the tea, huh?
All the teachers' tea. Like that was crazy.
Dang.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like what was the craziest thing that went in high school where you were like the whole school found out and it all just went crazy?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember it. Let's see. Well, I couldn't because teachers knew who you were and kind of thing. Like I couldn't be like a little rebellious or anything like that. I remember one day I didn't wear makeup and I was just like not feeling it, and my teacher's like, "Are you okay? Like what's wrong?" I'm like, "Girl, I'm just not wearing makeup.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?"
But like, what about throughout the whole school? Was there like a whole scandal or something? Because there must have been. It's high school. There's gotta be
scandals.
something.
I don't remember. Well, everybody dating everyone, kind of thing. Everyone having the same crush on like same people.
The same 4 people.
If same 4 handsome people, kind of thing. But
freaking.
You know how that goes. Just so small. How big was yours?
Mine was 100 students.
Okay. Well,
so it's a little bit bigger, but it's still comparatively small.
Yeah.
And man, oh man, we were just wilding. Like
really?
Oh my goodness! And for all the teachers, all my high school teachers that are watching, because they do watch it. We were wild, and the classes before us were even crazier.
Wow.
And I don't know if I want to go into some of the story, but there was one time we were wild. Like, and the worst part about it is that we were a Catholic high school.
No.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Catholic high schools can be a little crazy.
No, all the students. I feel like I've heard, Catholic high schools are crazy kids, but it's all high schools.
It's everywhere.
All high schools,
You're
really.
So right.
We're just all pumped up with like hormones, and we want to be like rebellious and shit. Yeah, no, it's very common throughout all high schools.
All high schools.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even now.
Small ones, big ones.
Yeah, even now, like that. I feel like they're doing even crazier stuff because it's so much easier to get access to so many different things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like back then, I didn't have a car. Now, like most people have a car, or they'll take the car or stuff like that.
Things just change.
Oh yeah. And with the phone and everything, like well, I didn't get my first phone until high school.
Yeah.
My freshman year, that was when I got my first phone.
Wow.
And I used to, oh my goodness, I used to call the girls that like we were dating.
Yeah.
From the home phone.
Really?
Yeah, I used to do that stuff. I used to be like, "Hey, give me your number so I could call you later." And I would dial it on the landline.
Yeah.
And sometimes like the dad would pick up, and I'd be like, "Oh," and I'd hang up, and I'd just try again later. Yeah. But that's now it's funny. Like, damn, these guys.
That's crazy.
Did you ever have to do that?
No.
Did you get calls from?
No, I didn't. But I do remember having the home phone.
Yeah.
But Gabe and I got our first phone when I was in 7th grade.
Because you guys were always together.
We were always together, so we only got one phone.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, "If we need anything, you guys are together. Just you pick up." But then, of course, like I had it. I was like, I need to keep the phone around me.
Yeah.
And then, also like 9th grade, Gabe got his phone, and we both had our own phones, which was nice. But like we didn't need it. I still remember it was so cool. It was a little Kyoshira, you know those?
It
was like this, like you can throw across like the room and like
it won't happen
heavy
anything.
Duty,
yeah,
heavy
you better watch out for the floor if that thing hits the ground, right?
Yeah, or it was also like waterproof kind of thing.
Damn.
So like it was like my party trick that I'd be like, oh, look,
watch this,
watch this. I'd put on a song on YouTube, boom, just like, and then it still.
So
worked.
it was like a touchscreen one.
It was
too?
like a little touchscreen. It was like tiny, but like heavy duty kind of thing.
Was it Android? Yeah, it must have been Android.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, if my homies were around, they would have made fun of you for
for the Android.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, put sicko mode on Android. Have you ever seen that video?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
So here, let's pull it up. Let's see. We'll pull it up.
We'll see. We'll do a little. What is it called?
Sicko mode on Android.
Oh my gosh.
And I had for a while I had a, what is it called? A Google Pixel. And they would be like, hey, play sicko mode. I bet this shit sounds like that. Because they would always have iPhones and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So it sounds all stupid. And they put Bobby Shmurda in the background. So yeah, for all the listeners, this was the joke that my friends always had whenever someone pulled up with an Android, especially like my soccer homies. They would like, hey, put this shit on. And they would pull it up on their phone and they would like,
just
yeah,
boom, boom, like bad.
Terrible.
That's
terrible, so terrible. You would break speakers with that. I'm serious, like, because it's such horrible quality.
Yeah.
But what do you say we take a break? We've been doing this for 30 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right. All right, check.
And we're back live.
All right, welcome back from whatever time, whatever location you guys are listening from. Hopefully here in the Colorado in the 303. If not, if you guys are in the 505, if you guys are listening internationally across international waters, welcome to another episode of the LWH Studios. We have a very special guest, Victoria.
Yeah.
Alarcon. And then there's a second last name.
Macias.
She also comes here with me here at DU. And we actually met through a different connection of friends. But the first time we met was when she was in USG and I was asking for help.
You're right.
And I was so confused about how USG works and what it all does. And she's like, all right, so boom, basically this is what we do. And she helped me like get into process of what exactly USG does and how it operates and stuff like that, because a veces soy bien pendejo para esas cosas.
No, not at all. Because I think when I do remember, because I do.
And I feel like I woke you up that day, like, right? Because it was like a Friday morning, and I was like, hey, can we meet?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, it was kind of early.
No, not at all. But I think it was like the beginning of the school year, so I wasn't too sure what student government was. But I kind of like did some studying and I was like, okay, this is what it is. And then being like involved in other positions, I'm like, okay, now I know how like I can help you and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. That was the first time we met.
It was like, I think it was spring quarter first year. No, second year. It was the beginning.
Year.
It was second year, first quarter. You were right.
Because first year, I don't remember seeing you at all.
Yeah, I was always in towers. And this is my theory, my personal theory about how I operate in DU. I like to be unknown but known, you know?
Okay, I like that.
I like to be
unknown, a little
like I like to be, you know, around campus, always on campus, but never know where I'm at. I don't know. Because I'm always like around, like I always see shit that's happening, and then I'll tell people like, hey bro, what were you doing in this place?
Yeah.
Like I saw you walk in and out. They're like, what the fuck? I didn't even see you anywhere.
You're just like with
I like to be that ninja. But no, it's true. Like I was telling you, this building, I'm the only one that stays in here till like 2, 3 in the morning.
No way.
And then the cleaning ladies, they come in and are like, hey, ¿está bien si puedo limpiar aquí? ¿Tú eres el único? And I'm like, yeah, éntrale. Y nomás voy a ser yo. And they're like vacuuming and shit and everything. Yeah.
Late at night. This place is so cool. There's so many like buildings I still haven't visited here.
That's what I'm trying to get on. Like I really want to start looking for the different places, because we they pay for this shit. I gotta use all of it.
You're so right.
I gotta use all of it.
All this equipment, all this really cool stuff, all these lightings, and there's a lot.
There's a lot of resources.
I had no idea this was here, and I see a green screen over there. That's
cool. They got all types of stuff. I still don't know how to use half of it, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll YouTube it.
Yeah,
that's usually how I figure stuff out.
Yeah, YouTube is so helpful.
I'm YouTube certified. I need that. I'm trying to make some shirts, but I just don't know what to put on it. For the podcast.
That'd be cool.
I just need to start making catchphrases.
Do you have a logo? Do you? Yeah.
I do, but I need to revamp it because that was like the first time I ever made a logo.
Okay.
Because we're hitting 6 months
of your podcast.
Of the podcast.
Wow! Congrats.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, cheers to anything.
I haven't even opened it.
Yeah, I'll let you. Damn.
Wow.
Single hand strength right there. Cheers. To 6 months. You're episode 27, I believe.
27. Let's
27.
go.
Mm-hmm. You already turned 21, no?
Not yet.
When do you turn?
July 3rd.
July. It's summer, so that's
baby.
good. That's cool.
Yeah, summer. So I'm excited.
Hell yeah. Is there anything that you really, 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 really want to do? Enlist? No, I'm just playing. You can already do that.
Let's see. Try my first beer for the first time.
Yeah.
And, take a little tequila shot for the first time. You know how that goes.
At a restaurant.
I'm dying to do that.
I'm dying to thirst.
No, but
what about casinos?
Casinos? I've never been really interested in them. No.
Because isn't there a bunch of them over there in Santa Fe?
There are.
Or New Mexico? And
yeah, there are, but I don't know where they're at. But maybe, I don't know. I was thinking like Las Vegas, like something like really cool. Like,
Go
or
all
maybe
out.
like those clubs in Miami.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I don't know.
Going to a yacht party or something?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
you
have
don't know?
big bill.
There's no
21 this. Yeah.
No?
Yeah, no. What about you? When was your birthday?
I'm turning here in the 24th of this month.
Wow. What are you dying to do?
What am I dying to do?
Also
I think
drink your beer for the first time?
Don't worry about that. I already had that when I was like 16.
Yeah.
Like literally my parents, and they keep telling this story, which is kind of embarrassing every time we go with the family.
Yeah.
But the first time I ever drank like heavy was in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
I was like 16.
Yeah.
And it was for a wedding that was going on. And it was like, we're celebrating this and that. And I drank so much that I had my first hangover over there.
Uh-oh.
But I didn't know what a hangover was.
Crudito.
And I woke up and I was like, Mom, you know what? I'm not feeling too good. Like my stomach hurts, my head hurts.
You're like, what is this? I've never.
I was like, I think I caught the flu, Like,
oh my God.
I don't know. I think it's something I ate.
Yeah, that's.
And my mom's like, yeah, sure. Yeah. And I was
that's
like,
so funny.
Yeah, no, I swear, I got the flu or something. She's like, no, that's what you call a hangover, son. That's what you call.
What that is.
That's what that is.
That's so funny.
But I don't know. In terms of turning 21, I think it would be finally going to the bars with a big group because me and my brother, we're 7 years apart. Mm-hmm. So every time we've had to like figure out a way to get me in if he wants to go out. We'll have to sneak away into like different places. Hard. So it's like we can't even enjoy it because we're always like looking behind our backs.
Yeah, scared.
So now it's finally gonna be like, my brothers, my best friends. We'll finally be able to be like just post up in a bar, stay there till whatever time, and then if we still have energy, then we'll go somewhere else. Where
bar hopping.
Exactly.
Or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, without the fear of like.
Exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to. And also like, I don't know, finding these different like clubs and places. Cause obviously we hear about Vinyl and Church and all these different places.
Yeah, but
I feel like there's like a very, there's a subculture of bars and like, especially like dive bars. I don't know. I like that culture where you just come in, have a beer, enjoy the game, talk to a couple people and that's it. And then you dip.
Or I've heard there's a lot of like breweries and like fans of like.
But that's the thing. Stuff, like I was telling you, I really do like whiskey, so I'm not big on the beer now because it like the llena.
Yeah, really fast.
Really, really fast. Yeah. So I'll have a beer once in a while. Like if it's hot out, oh cool, I'll slam a beer. But not to like, not to like enjoy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because I've learned, or that's what I've seen. It's like after drinking a couple beers, I'm like, damn, I just ate like a whole. Bloated, I feel like a whole loaf of bread, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, that would be some of the things. But also like going to the casinos, I think would be cool. Go with my grandpa.
Oh, cute.
Because it's hilarious. I don't know if your grandpa ever did this, but he would say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go for the milk." And then he'd been gone for like 6-7 hours. He'd be at the casinos just fucking.
Oh no! Wow.
Yeah. He was a G.
Boss move.
Yeah, and then my grandma would get pissed.
Really?
Oh yeah, she'd get pissed.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Mm-hmm. But so, what exactly? You're obviously coming to school here at DU. Mm-hmm. Was there other besides the Davis scholarship?
Yeah.
What was the other attraction that brought you to Denver? You know, because I'm guessing there's other partnership schools all over the country that you could have went to, could have had the same deal.
Yeah.
Or was it just like a check the box and fuck it, I'm going?
It was, no, I definitely had like options and like was kind of like feeling places out a little bit. But I think, I came to visit DU for the first time when I was like in 10th grade. And I loved it. I stayed in the Nagel dorms, you know?
Oh, okay.
I stayed there to just like with like I think it was
over the summer, no?
Through admission. So it was like during school year.
Oh, what the hell?
So it was like you came in with like a student that was already here, and then they'd like kind of host you in their dorm. And then the admissions group or whatever would have like sleeping bags for students or like little beds for students. Damn. And then I was like, this is sick. And like, well, now we have like new dorms and stuff, but that experience, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. This would be so cool. Like the brick walls, everything about it was so like
cool, it's iconic, iconic to college.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Like their little beds and their stuff on their like table. I was like, this is cool. So I can see myself here. That's what I thought.
Did you see did you get any like ideas from like movies and be like, oh, that's what college is supposed to look like? And then kind of put it together when you were here, or?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't remember like movies a whole lot, like out of.
Because I remember American Pie. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if
I've never seen it.
Yeah, so that was the one where I was like, damn, that's kind of similar, you know?
Yeah. No, I just the feeling of being here and like with small little dorms and having roommates and like, let's go to the dining hall, let's go do this, and just having everything like so accessible to you, like your campus is your like town kind of thing, you know what I mean? So just like that feeling of it was like super intriguing to me, being like, oh, I want this experience.
What other schools did you apply to?
I applied to I don't remember like a whole lot of them, but my other one was St. Edward's.
Where's that?
In Austin, Texas.
Oh, so, yeah.
That one was definitely another school that was an option. But
you think you can see yourself in Texas?
No, I can't.
No?
Well, at first I did, but like the thing was, the school was just not my vibe. So. Yeah.
Like, so what? Why don't you see yourself in Texas, like to live?
Well, Texas, I don't know. I'm just not interested in Texas a whole lot.
No.
Mm-hmm. Maybe in a diverse city, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But
what
I'm never like, oh my gosh, thinking about Texas.
Yeah, Texas on my mind.
Yeah, no, not on my mind. Yeah. Do you see yourself in Texas, or?
I could.
Okay.
I could see myself anywhere. I think the only time that I really didn't was like I was telling you, like 18 years old, you know, like not knowing what the hell I was doing. I was just like, whatever's here, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to check the box and that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I could see myself in Texas as long as if there's work there, you know.
Okay.
And I've been talking to, you know, my parents, and they're like, so what's the plan? You got 1 year left.
What are you going to do?
What's one? You know, it's like, I don't know. Like, as long as there's work, I think I should be fine. But you, any plans after?
Any plans? I don't know.
You see Denver as the place to stay for now?
Probably Denver. Yeah, just because I'm a little familiar with it. And I know Denver a little. You know what I mean? Like, not fully. Like, therethere's places I've never been to before. Or, like, when I'm driving, I'm like, where...
Now, do you think you and your brother are going to stay together? Like, that's...
I don't know. I hope so. So. Yeah.
Because what's his, like, path looking like? What's he studying?
He's also studying international studies.
Okay.
Yeah. And he has different passions here and there. So, yeah.
But you guys are just like...
Yeah, I'm just...
That's the coolest thing. I don't know. I think that's so badass. You and your brother the same age doing the same thing all at the same time.
You're gonna have to bring him on the podcast.
Yeah, we can definitely get him on.
You're gonna have to see if we have like a lot of things in common, because I feel like a lot of people that we talk to, they're like, oh my god, they instantly know we're siblings just because the way we talk and the way we like.
So now, when you guys were like, now even here, is it like all your friends are the same type of friends, or is it like Gabe has his friends, you have your friends, and then sometimes y'all hang out together, or is it like separate kind of worlds?
Yeah, no. The good thing, well, because our first year we both lived in 2 different spots, but then he met some of my friends right now first, because they all lived together, which was really special. So he knows all my friends, and all my friends loved him. Yeah. So, but he also made a different friend group, which is nice, because they're also welcoming, and we bounce back and forth. So yeah, it's nice because he has his group of friends and I have my group of friends. And
you guys don't always have to be like
together, but I feel like it was really nice because all of high school, our school was just so small that like
you had to be.
Yeah, you had to be. All of his friends were my friends, kind of. Yeah. And
vice versa.
Exactly.
Have you done any sports here, like at DU, like intramural or anything like that?
Intramural, no, but so funny. This is what a time. My first year, I played club basketball.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. Because it was COVID year, there was not really a structure kind of thing. I think it's a lot more sophisticated right now, and like to be in like part of club sports, but like I think there's tryouts and stuff, but
you got to try out and everything.
Yeah, but when I was a first year, I was like, anybody who wants to come join. So that was a cool experience. But I'm just so busy now that I don't have a whole lot of time. Do you do intramural?
Hopefully we're gonna start a soccer team here in the spring, in the 22nd. If you play soccer.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I do play.
Then join.
We'll see.
It's low commitment. It's like $40.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We just need hella people on the team.
Okay, I'll ask around too. That's nice because then you can have subs and people come in.
Exactly, because you don't want to be running, especially because it's gonna be outside. You don't want to be running around.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, switch out. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been so long since I've played, so.
Fuck it.
We'll just.
Fuck it. Put it on the list, because that's what I've been doing now. It's like whatever comes up, I'm gonna sign up for it.
Okay, that's good. Enjoy it.
Yeah, because we're only gonna get a couple more. This is our last year.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you gotta be a professional, which I still feel like I'm a child at heart. I'm gonna be doing my shit.
Yeah, no, that's
care.
okay. You're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, as long as I get my stuff done and the way you see me, the rest is whatever.
Exactly. That's good.
But so going back to, so now I've had the almost the holy trinity of Spain. I had Vincent on the podcast.
Okay, cool.
I've had Miguel.
Nice.
And now I had you. This is the 3 people that went to the same program at the same time. How did you guys connect, like all 3 of you guys? Because I saw you guys basically in almost all the pictures that were uploaded on Instagram. Was it because you guys toured together almost always with the same program, and you guys had to be together?
Yeah, well, we didn't have to be together, but we it was really cool because the school we went to, we were all in the same school, we were all in the same program, and it was like the program that like the school partners with or whatever. So that was really cool because we all knew each other from there, and then there's not a whole lot of students, so and the good thing was like majority were students of the University of Denver, and then there were other schools that also had a lot of students in there for the program. But the program in general, I would say it was probably like more like 60 students.
60. Wow.
And then I think half of us are
that's like a bigger class. That's a bigger side of class here at DU. Like usually it's like 20 people.
Yeah. Exactly. Damn. But the classes were different. It's not like we had similar classes, but the program itself had all like these
60.
So that was really cool. And then, well, of course, having the coming to University of Denver, like we all just kind of vibed with that. We were just like, you also go. Where did you live on your first year on campus, kind of thing? So we all bonded over that. So that was really cool because we just all got along pretty well. And, I see Vincent all the time. We live in the same place, so. Oh,
you're at Vista?
Yeah, Vista.
Hell yeah.
So I see him all the time.
I need to go pick up some shit from Vincent.
Yeah.
So I might have to make a stop.
But I mean, school's small. You see a lot of people. So.
How many countries did you end up going to in total? Because I know that motherfucker went to like 20.
Yeah, it was a lot. I went to let's see, a lot of cities in Madrid in Spain. I mean, a lot of cities in Spain. I did visit Portugal. I visited Gabe in Italy.
Oh, okay, so that's where he was studying.
Yeah. And then I visited Sweden. And then Denmark as well.
Damn. And those were all day trips or
like over a weekend kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
like what? Get there Friday, leave Saturday evening, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning kind of thing, yeah, or Sunday afternoon.
So what was the strategy? What would you do like in most of those places? Like, would you get like a coffee, get some?
Yeah.
Go to the museums or what?
Museums, like tour guides kind of thing. What else? Just finding on TikTok like what's the best spot to get lunch or whatever, kind of thing. But I don't know. It was pretty easy. Like each spot we went to, it was just walking around, a lot of walking.
Oh, I bet.
I don't think I've ever walked that much. Like it was just
you were closing the rings every day.
Exactly. But I didn't even have a Apple Watch then. Like,
oh no!
So it didn't even count.
Dang.
No, but I'm just kidding. But it was
she bougie now.
I'm bougie
she
now.
got the fucking Apple Watch.
Exactly. But
you need to get one of those step counters. That's what you used to have. Do you remember them shits? Was that would click? That was when you
each time.
Yeah, I used to just.
That's so funny. No, but a lot of walking, which was nice because I feel like I don't do that a whole lot here. And then even on campus, I'm like, that building is so far. Like, I just don't walk around a lot. But over there, just like getting to know the city, going to like
plus
downtown.
it was the only thing you had. You didn't have no car. You didn't have no bike.
No nothing. But
you're like, I gotta do it.
Yeah, now I gotta walk. Yeah. But transportation was amazing. So
I bet.
You know how that goes. But even like everything like in Madrid, especially, like I never found it to be like the walk's extremely long. I mean, if I'm gonna go to the airport, like that's gonna take a while.
Yeah, because you got all your stuff and everything.
Exactly.
How much did you pack? That's one thing I haven't asked. How much packing? What exactly did you take? It was like a big ass maleta and like a duffel bag and a backpack on your back, or?
Yeah, I brought a big maleta. Those.
Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton, Givenchy.
No. There's just the big maleta.
Yeah, the roll ones.
The
right?
roll ones.
Yeah.
I got one of those, and then I did have a duffel bag, but I thought it was like. Sometimes a duffel bag is just annoying.
It is, because it's like you can't hold it a certain way. And
exactly.
When you have it over your shoulder, it's like, fuck, it's heavy. And those little pads that they put on the strap.
Exactly.
They don't do shit.
They don't do shit.
Shit.
Sometimes you need to carry it by hand and it's like heavy. All right. I'm not a fan of duffel bags. So I didn't bring my duffel bag.
You did or you didn't?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And then I brought another smaller, the smaller rolling ones that can go above.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Smaller suitcase.
So the one that was the big one, you checked it under the plane.
Checked it under.
And then the smaller one.
Brought with me the small one, arriba.
And then a backpack.
And then a backpack.
Which is like most of your school stuff, no?
Most of my school stuff, but low-key, my backpack I had, carried a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So that one was the one I used for, weekend trips.
Because essentially, all you need for college, and it's true, all you'll need is just your laptop, the charger, your phone charger, maybe a pair of headphones.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah. And sometimes I didn't even
and a water bottle.
Yeah, always necessary. But like I was saying, sometimes I didn't even need I lost my train of thought. I didn't need my computer. I didn't need all of those stuff. Sometimes I just go with my phone and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Crazy.
Yeah,
because you're studying abroad, huh?
Yeah.
You're going to Mexico?
Yep.
How cool. Are you excited?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't know. It's exciting. But it's also like I need to figure out what exactly I want because that time's gonna go by quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be
like I need to start thinking like what exactly do I want to see, But even then, I think I'll just get into like how I usually do wherever I travel. I like to travel on my own anyway, but I like to just get into the weird shit. Like, take me into the weirdest places you got, and let's see what I find.
Take me on a tour to the secret spots.
Yeah, give me like I like going to like the underground clubs, like because I've been to Guadalajara, and it was like my first year here at DU spring break.
Okay, cool.
I went with my best friend. Somehow we ended up in like a rock and roll bar where a bunch of like bikers ended up in the middle of Tlaquepaque, and we're all dressed up like in a dress shirt. And as soon as we walk in, it's like a hallway, right? You walk all the way towards the back, and that's where the bar's at. You walk all the way to the back, and as we were walking through, all these like big, burly, fucking tattoo, bearded guys are just looking at us like, and I remember they were all drinking Corona Familiar, which is like the darkest beer, the roughest Corona that there is. Yeah. They're all looking at us, and I was like, we have to get Corona Negra, because if we get anything else, they're gonna think like we're bitches or something.
Or something.
So I was like,
so funny.
This is tight, because you're like, it's a little bit of like nerves, like what the fuck's gonna happen, but also like how the hell did I end up here? Yeah. So that's the type of stuff I want to get into, because I don't know, I like that. There's that sense of like mystery, but also like danger. I don't know, like I like to put myself in those situations. Dang, even though my mom's probably gonna hear this and she'll be like, "You're stupid. You're not going anymore." I'm like,
stay safe out there.
I know, but it's all about the stories that you can tell, right?
Exactly.
Not about the length. So that's really what I want to do. I'm like, period. I'm not gonna be going into like fucking cartel shit or anything like that, but like, I just want to see how the locals really operate and stuff. Because that's one thing I've heard that, and I don't know, you can probably give me more direction, but like you were mainly with your program, and that's about it. You weren't kind of mingling with the locals, were you?
Exactly. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I think it's just because the program is like the main students, the local students go on, like this is their side of campus, and then we're like separate.
Did you ever get? And I heard you guys went to some local bar. You and Miguel, where they started playing that song by what it was. You was telling. I was listening to it the other day.
Oh my gosh, I think I might know which one.
Foggy or
oh. What is it called? I know which one you're.
Where they were all singing it in the bar, and as soon as you guys walked in.
Yeah.
But like, was there anyone else like besides your host brother? I guess you could call it.
Yeah. No.
Was he a big connection out there?
Well, he did. He did have a lot of friends, which was nice because we did get to meet a whole lot of them. But I think that other than that, that's it. Or the people we met at clubs and just like, hey, are you coming here next weekend kind of thing? So that was nice. There's like,
so they would go to the clubs every weekend?
Yeah.
Like the
I mean, sometimes they didn't even the clubs didn't even have a cover charge, and just
hell yeah.
So like, or like five euros for like a beer, a shot, and like a drink, a mixed drink or something. Like really cool deals like that. Which is, I mean, here to go to the club, you have to pay like $30, you know?
Yeah, which is like crazy.
So this is like, oh, you go once in a while to the club, like for special occasions here. But over there, it was like, let's go on a Friday. Let's go on a, you know.
And things start later, no?
Later, and like any day of the week, like you're vibing over there. You know what I mean? Like I think I never went, which I kind of regret. But there was this club that only opened on Mondays. And it was called Fucking Mondays.
Oh shit!
And then people would just like go crazy at this place
on a fucking Monday. Huh? Damn, that's tight.
Crazy. So just difference.
Now, any other places that you would say you want to travel out of? Because Europe, you've basically done a pretty big tour out of. Any other countries that you say like? I think
where I'd visit next, or I think probably like little more of Latin America. Maybe go all the way down to Chile, or like I don't know. My friend studied abroad in Ecuador. Maybe Ecuador.
You think that's
all those places?
You think you would want to go there mainly like to discover some parts of your like Latinidad?
Yeah,
kind of some of that.
I would say
because I think that was the big driver of why I chose Mexico.
I would also do Mexico
because there's like. I don't know. Living here in the U.S., and I think you felt the same. Your parents are from Mexico, right? They grew up there.
Yeah.
We're just living in the remembrance of what they grew up in, right? We never got to see it with our eyes. We never got to, even sometimes we didn't even get to hear the stories, or sometimes we do very little. But I really want to see like, oh, okay, this is why they react this way. This is why they're like, like Hispanic parents, at least my parents, they're very, uptight about the authority and like, oh, do everything so the authority doesn't, look twice at you.
Yeah.
But that comes from a fear of like having to worry about, you know, cops and all types of corrupt shit that goes in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because they could just come in and do whatever they want. It's the whole gang type shit. But I really want to like discover that type of shit. So
that's good. I'm excited for you.
Here at DU, very big PWI, like very big. It's very like culture. Whoa, shit.
Yeah.
You know, how have you handled that? How have you found? You know, have you had to struggle with your like Latin identity or Hispanic identity? Is there times where you're like, yo, I'm losing my Spanish or I'm losing my... Have you ever felt like that?
I would say, I mean, it was definitely something I wasn't like familiar with in Santa Fe. I always felt like welcomed and like, there was just a lot of diversity within my high school and stuff like that. So that was really nice to like grow up with that. But then when I came here, I was like, oh my gosh, well, like, what is this? You know? But I still speak Spanish. Like I call my parents every day kind of thing. So like the language is still there. And then I definitely like my friend group is very also diverse here. So just finding like the community within like this PWI.
But there's never been that fear of like, whoa, like if I don't uphold this could be lost forever.
No, I mean, definitely. Like you can feel it, of course. But also I feel like I'm pretty strong with like my identity kind of thing that I'm like, I'm not going to let it go kind of thing. Like it's something I'm very proud of. So I'm not like, it's not a big fear. Of course, it's like a fear of like, maybe because I don't speak Spanish in like all my classes or every day kind of thing in that aspect. But deep down, I'm like, I know I want my kids like to speak Spanish when they grow up kind of thing. So like, and it's always just special being like, oh, you know Spanish, and just
like yeah,
casually like dropping a Spanish or something like that. So
I love
that's
doing
so special. Yeah,
I love doing it, and I've had some fears before. I'm like, yo, I need to keep it up. Like, either I'm not doing enough, like culturally, like speaking Spanish, or even holding it to where I can hold a conversation.
Yeah.
I need to keep it up, because if not,
keep it up.
Because if not, then it's like, yo, I won't even be able to explain the stories, of my parents or my grandparents to my kids. And I'm like, damn, like I need to like.
That's so scary.
It is, and I need to like. And I've tried to like, I don't know, put it in words, almost like kind of map it out. But it's difficult to kind of say. The best way I can explain it is like we live this double life, right?
Yeah.
Like the same thing with the mask, but it's like we have this Mexican side, or I have this Mexican side, and I have this American side, where sometimes they don't collide, and you gotta fucking find a way to mix them.
Exactly.
It's like mixing oil and water, and sometimes they just don't want to mix. But I don't know. Going here, I was like, damn, like if I could have gone to a big state school, I could have found that big community.
Cool. Yeah.
But it's like, no, it's going to be like that forever, like once I get into the workforce.
The people you meet along
sometimes
the way,
they're not always going to be Hispanic, sometimes they're not.
Exactly. Gotta figure out a way to fit
and figure it out for myself too.
Yeah.
Because I can't just depend on my parents forever, because they're not always going to be here forever.
Yeah.
My grandparents not always going to be here forever, which is a sad reality.
Yeah.
A sad reality.
That's crazy.
Dang. But now.
Let's see.
Next question. Next topic.
Let's hear it. Let's go.
You with your homegirls and all your good friends that you've made out here, you still feel like you're learning a lot about them and learning about who they are? Or do you think you have a good grasp of
who they are?
Yeah, because I still feel like the people that I hang out with, I'm like, damn, I don't know shit about you, man. But we cool.
Yeah.
We cool. You feel the same, or?
I think, how they always say, like, oh, in college is where you find your besties or whatever. I think it's true. Like,
yeah.
I think that I think it was pretty cool the way we met, like my little group of friends or whatever. But it was special. It was through Access and Transitions.
Oh, okay.
Some of us were in like ESTEM, like VIP, Eli, all those really cool like programs that the school has to offer. And then I was a part of like One Gen U. So like because we were all a part of that, was like, oh, do you know this person? Do you know this person? That we started like, getting to know each other like in those ways. So that was really nice. And like our first year with like COVID, it was a little hard. I remember I'd have like my friends come to my room and like we'd all eat like sitting at my floor and just like getting to know each other. Those like simple questions of like, what are you studying or where do you live again, kind of thing. So that was really nice. Or like, I just remember like when we first started to become friends. Like,
so then, what do you think drew you the most to the people that you hang out with now? What is it like? Y'all know how to crack jokes. Y'all know how to like, hey, you know what? Like, you're fucking up this way, or like y'all get really real, or what's the thing? Because I know my thing, but I want to hear about you.
Yeah, no, I feel like I can just be myself when I'm around my friends. Like I can say some jokes and some people like get it, and they're like, they know I sing spontaneously, like, and they're okay with that kind of thing. So just like where I can be myself, whereas like when I went abroad, I was like, oh my God.
You're a little songbird, huh?
I do like to sing. But like when I was abroad, I was like, can I be doing this around these people? Like it was just, they don't know me like how my friends know me. Kind of thing. But to answer your question about what was your question?
Like what drew you to them? Like what aspect?
Yeah, the conversations we have was really cool, pretty.
And you think you guys all have some type of similar experience? Like you guys,
I do similar backgrounds, but like we all get each other in some way. Yeah. What about you?
So
figuring it out?
No, I like to call I hope they don't take this in offense, but I know they take a lot too. They like to joke around, but I call my group of friends the degenerates because we're a bunch of like hooligans.
Hooligans?
Yeah, like they'll make like crazy ass jokes, but I'm like, hey, we're here for a good time, you know, like we're here for the good time. Like that's all we're about. And it's really just about like creating shock and awe. Like who can say the craziest shit? Who can say the funniest shit?
That's so funny.
And it's always like trying to one up one. Like, oh, they'll say a one liner, and I'll try to get them back. And it's a lot of roast and a lot of like just fucking late nights, like but that's what I don't know. I call them the degenerates because they're like sometimes we don't even know how we get things done, or like we get like
that's so funny,
but it's done, you know, and we're just like, all right, let's figure out next week we'll figure out something to do. But no, that was the main thing, just comedy. We're always like trying, we're just there for a good time.
It brings you guys together.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, like they're fucking jeez. Like I've even thought about starting a Patreon because of some of this stuff. I'm like, yo, y'all need to pay for this type of stuff because these motherfuckers will go wild.
You should get them on your podcast.
I'm trying to.
That'd be really cool.
Because we did one with I don't know if you saw the one with Colton and Kevin.
I don't think so.
So we did it in a car.
Colton.
Colton, USG Colton.
Okay, yeah.
So we did.
You did it in a car. Okay.
In a car while we were driving to Arizona.
Really? Okay.
And that was the beginning of the idea. Like, oh, we could do a podcast out there in Arizona, but it was just like we were having so much fun. And I was like, nah, I don't even want to whip out the cameras. Like, it's gonna take it away from the whole experience. That's really what it is. It's just like
hide a camera like on the corner. The conversations, my friends. That's why I wanted to start a podcast as well, because I'm like, dang, these conversations, this is crazy. Like,
and the best part about it is like you can record them forever.
Exactly.
Right. So like you could save them for your kids, for you later on while you're like, in 20 years later, you'll be like,
they're just so cool. And I think I love talking. So I'm always just
No, it's true.
Like, imagine just like, those questions with the girlies, and I'm like, hey, thoughts on this, and then we go deeper and deeper, and then it's just like,
well, it does change. Cool. And I was talking to, I don't know if you know, well, I'll just say, I was talking to someone yesterday, and he was saying like, yeah, I want to do the same thing. I want to do a podcast. And I was like, well, let me be, straight up with you. It's not all glamorous and nice, because those first couple episodes, you're gonna be nervous. You're gonna be conscious of the cameras every single time.
I see you.
Right? And you're gonna be like, do you think that's entertaining? And like, and my first episodes were very much like that.
Really?
Like I had to be very like, ooh.
No, because it's honestly,
I had to do something.
I was nervous.
Exactly.
Or like there's some stuff that I said, I'm like, dang, that I'm just thinking about. I'm like, dang, I fucked up. But then I'm like, whatever. But that's a part of it.
It's all a part of it. Because that was the main thing that I wanted to work on.
Yeah.
Is make the first first and foremost, make the guests feel comfortable.
Yeah, this is
right. Like you gotta be able to feel like you can just say whatever. Like
Thank you for the stream.
Exactly, and that's why I get them.
Wow.
Because if I don't get you anything, and I'm just asking you questions, like, oh, well, I don't have anything to. Where do I put my hands? Now this is like your escape.
Your escape, yeah.
This is where
I'm over here playing with this.
Exactly, or you can play with it, whatever. But like, that's where I've noticed is you gotta give something to the guests where you're like, okay, give them something to fuck around with if they get nervous, right? Okay. Give them something to be like, okay, release that tension. Because if not, then they're just gonna be like, let me just finish up the question and get it over with.
Yeah. But it's okay to not even like when I was like, wait, what was it? You know, it's just like the back and forth. Like it's not scripted. Like,
no.
I had no idea what this was going to be about. But
and half the time, I don't even know what I'm going to like. It's just like, what do I really want to know about you?
Exactly.
That's it. What do I want to know about your story? What do I want to know about? And it's so natural, but it takes a lot of
I bet. But you're good at it. You're good at like.
Yeah. Thank you. But no, I really want to start bringing other people on the team to be able to, because like you were saying, and it's a lot of people, as soon as I tell them like, oh yeah, I really want to do a podcast. Okay.
No, yeah, it's all in my head. Where's the equipment?
Here's what we can do. Here's what we can do, right? If you really want to get serious about this, and I'm making it to other people as well that they're out there that I talk to, we can set something up where I can lend you the equipment. You'll use the equipment, and then I could do all the editing. You guys produce the content, and then I just ship it onto the channel.
Wow!
And there you go.
That'd be really cool.
That could be an idea.
Team, you can just like
exactly. I don't have to worry about the content. I can worry about the equipment and the gear that we have, right? And then from there, we can start making it bigger and better.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really cool.
And the hope would be right. The hope would be to have an episode lined up for almost every day of the week.
Whoa!
And just continue like, oh, boom, this is what's coming up. Boom, from this channel. Then, boom, from these two really people. Cool. Boom.
From this channel, this person.
Exactly.
And like this professor.
But it's all coming out of one studio.
How cool. I like that idea. Hey. Sounds good.
If you want to get serious, if you want to, we can talk about it later.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That'd be really cool.
Because
and even just like wearing this, like even the whole little setup. So cool.
Well, you got to make it feel as professional as possible, because with my first one, I really don't know how I did it. Looking back at the computer that I was using, I was like, how the fuck did that computer not explode on me? Really? Because I was running like 3-4 different programs, 3 to 4 different programs all at once, and then also using like very basic cameras, like my iPad. I was using my iPad camera.
You need the whole
But it's got to start from there. I think that you got to start from there. Unless, right, you go through something else and like, all right, let's start making the studio.
That's
but
crazy.
What I guess what would attract you? What attracts you to the podcast? Not other than just the conversations. What's the type of reach that you want to make? Like,
probably, I don't know. Well, I love listening to podcasts. Like I don't have a one specific one, but just you're working out or you're walking to class and you're just like hearing and learning. But also even just like the sitting and talking kind of aspect to it is also like a lot like very engaging.
So which one do you listen to the most, if you could put a name on it?
I think more like educational podcasts. Yeah.
Like NPR like type shit. Oh, TEDx. Okay.
You know those.
TEDx. Like the video. Those are the videos I watch when I'm procrastinating.
Oh.
The TED Talks.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I'm like, when I really don't want to. At least I'm learning something, Exactly. And I'll put one of those on.
Yeah.
But
those are
mainly the TED.
Yeah, I like those. Like mostly environmental justice. Yeah. Some in Spanish as well.
Yeah.
So
I've been
kind of mixing it. I think there's like probably I don't know. What do you see?
Out of mine, I really just see this as recording history. Like just literally recording your story, recording my views, and every week since last year of August. I've stated my views on what I'm doing and what exactly I've done. you know.
I like that.
And I can look back on it and be like, hey, this is tight.
Yeah.
But also, I really want to do it to where it's like, okay, we want to learn something about you, you know.
Exactly.
Because in reality, we haven't sat down for very long.
Yeah.
And I think we've only sat down together for like max of like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
And now we're having an hour and 12-minute conversation, an hour and 20-minute conversation.
Crazy.
Nonstop. And we're learning about each other, right?
Exactly.
And every quarter we have classes with, you know, different students.
Yeah.
And it's the same story. We don't know. We don't know who the hell these people are, and yet we're still going. And we'll be like, hey, you know, I know that guy, but I don't know him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't know what he's gone through, or his family, or anything like that. How the fuck he got here.
Exactly. Who
like
the fuck he is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was the main inspiration out of it.
That sounds good. Yeah. That'd be really cool.
But
let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like, you know where there's the like little Instagram post where you're just like, it's like 100%, not 100. It had the little 100 with the 2 lines, and then it's like you do people want to see it? Yes.
Oh, no, yeah. The poll, no?
The poll. I think it's so good.
So then
you already have like a lot of people that are like coming to this and then enjoy it.
Well, yeah, because it's like you just ask them, like, yeah, fucking, I don't got anything. I'm not doing anything on Friday.
Exactly.
Yeah, screw it. But how did you end up starting working for the Sustainability Center? That was one thing I was always interested in.
Yeah.
Because you're hella involved now.
Mm-hmm. This is my 2nd year at the Center for Sustainability. So I was in the Environmental Living and Learning community.
The LLC, yeah.
The LLC, and within that, it was kind of like working with the center a little bit my first year, but then my 2nd year, they always do applications like towards the end of the school year for the next quarter, and each intern has to reapply each year, which is super cool. But it's cool to just kind of like mix and get new students in and new students involved. So that's nice. But I applied my first year, and I was on the programming team, and I'm again on the programming team this year. It's nice, yeah. Yeah. I really enjoy it.
So out of the LLC, you're like, yeah, screw it, let's do it. Let's do it. And so what kind of draw? Because we're both in the same kind of area of like, oh, you know, we care about environmental. Like we have an environmentalist mindset, and we gear some of the things that we do towards it. What kind of drew you towards it? You know, out of the environmental science and.
I don't know. Probably just like when growing up, just advocating for like, well, being in Santa Fe, I had a lot of access to go to the you call it the roundhouse, but it's like the where they make legislation. You know, I'm forgetting the name. Just like government's house.
Yeah.
But just going to a lot of protests and being involved in activism in that way was really like cool. So just growing up, I knew I wanted to do something along the lines of like advocating. And then I did a trip to Bali, and that's when I realized I was like, oh my gosh, the environment.
Oh shit.
Like I would see like plastic on the oceans, and I was like, okay, this is calling my name. But then through courses and taking just like courses here, I'm like, how I can be an activist, but for the environment and also for the people. So it's just so intersectional. So I think that's where like my passion kind of started, but more interested in like environmental justice and like who's getting affected and
exactly
kind of thing.
And the reasons why they can't exactly, you know, do certain things and be environmentally conscious, because it's not cheap to be environmentally conscious.
So there's just a lot that goes to it. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. What else would people want to know about Victoria?
Closing thoughts? I don't know. Let's see. What do they want to know about you?
No, they'll get to know me over the course of this.
You're right.
Yeah. No, I don't want to interject myself already. I feel like I interjected myself a little too much on this episode.
No, you're good.
But
I don't know.
You got any tattoos?
I don't.
No? Plan on getting any tattoos?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I feel like I'm just I'm not at a point where I'm like, I want it so bad. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You're still undecisive. Like,
undecisive. I'm like, I don't need it. I don't think about it every day. So maybe one day.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm not a big planner. Like,
no, you just.
Yeah, I feel like, of course, I have like a structure kind of thing, but not like I need to do this, I need, kind of thing. Just going through the flow, working on the stuff I need to work, and not like worrying too much about like the planning aspect.
So is that why you kind of don't know if you want to go to grad school or if you want to enter the workforce?
Maybe that's what it is, but
because you're like, well, I don't know. There hasn't been an option to go into one or the other.
Yeah. But I feel like in some ways I can also be like committed in a way that I'm like, okay, when I know I want something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to dedicate time to this. But while it's kind of like in the air, I'm like, do I need to worry about that?
But what about like if you make a mistake, like it's bound to happen. Like if you say make a decision, you're like, oh crap, this isn't really what I want to do.
Yeah.
Do you just quit right there or stop it and then try to redirect yourself? Or you're like, fuck it, I made the decision, I got to keep going.
I think fuck it, made the decision. I feel like that happens a lot with me sometimes when I'm like 5 hours into the like orientation of a job and I'm like, oh, why did I do this? Why? Yeah, kind of thing.
And are you working at an internship right now, or
just the center? Yeah,
just the center. Yeah, that's about it.
That's it.
Because is it viewed as an internship?
Yeah, it's an internship, so it's paid.
It's paid.
Is nice.
Yeah. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Victoria.
Of course.
For everyone out there, big shout out to Victoria.
Thank you.
And shout
out to you.
Thank you. And we'll have to get Gabe and the fam. But any last shout outs you want to do?
Last shout out. Let's see. I don't know.
Don't know?
Well, no shout outs. Shout out to all my friends. Love you guys.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
Shout out to my mom and dad. No, that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Gotta get started editing on this, and then we'll see it at the end of the week. Hopefully this Sunday. So yeah.
All right.
Let's get started. Bye.
Bye.
That's where